There is a query from Jai Jagadish and Gopal, doctor. When the journey of civilization we are talking about is about Dravidian civilization, why people other than Tamils, Telugu, Kannada, and the Keralites are not interested in this subject? Okay, it's an excellent question. I think we are bound to handle this question with a kind of the kind of attention it deserves. It's a very right question. I have thought about this. I tell you, at this point of time, anywhere in the world, do you think that a group of people are going to assemble in a Zoom talk and talking about something called Indus Valley civilization? Nowhere else except the Tamils, nobody is talking. Except Tamil, nobody is putting a statue for John Marshall. Except Tamil, nobody is talking about putting a statue for him, if possible, in Britain. Nobody is talking about a journey of civilization. It is obvious. I found the reason for this not in Tamil Nadu, but in Orissa. Let me tell you, it would be interesting. Orissa and Bengal, these two places, basically in the Indian subcontinent, if you are pushing eastward, beyond Orissa, you cannot push unless you jump into Bay of Bengal. There is a sea. So that means all the people start living together. In Orissa, there are 62 tribals. 62 tribal languages are spoken. Oriya is one language. And then 62 languages are spoken: Dravidian, Austro-Asiatic, Indo-Tibetan, and then even in the on the Indo-Aryan languages. It's like a confluence of linguistic family. You don't find that even in Tamil Nadu or Karnataka. You don't find Austro-Asiatic people. In my view, the epitome of the pluralism in India is Orissa and nothing else. But coming to the Orissa, beyond that, they cannot jump into the sea. Like that in Tamil Nadu, today we are finding ourselves in the Madurai, Tirunelveli and Kanyakumari. Presume that there is a land mass for another 200 kilometers or 300 kilometers beyond Kanyakumari. We will find ourselves. Probably I would have found myself in that tip of the India. I'll be talking from that language. So that means the people who held to their identity are the people who pushed and pushed and pushed. The compromised people stayed back. The compromised people lost their language. That's the reason I call it a Dravidian Gujarat and Dravidian Maharashtra. I feel proud to give that name. It's a Gujarat. The Gujarat of today I may not like, but in the past I like it because it was a Dravidian Gujarat. So Dravidian Gujarat and Dravidian Maharashtra, and they lost their identity. They picked up the new language. Do you know that? Which is the largest tribal group in India? The tribal group called Beals. B-H-I-L. Beel. If it's a plural, it's a Beals. Just Google when you are listening to my talk. So Beals, you Google for it, you will find a tribal group. It is their population, if I rightly remember, 1.3 crores to 1.5 crore. The largest tribal population of India, living in 5 to 6 states: Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and part of that. Largest tribal group. But they lost their language. They speak some language called Bili, which is a corrupt Indo-Aryan language. But you go and ask them, where you got the name called Bill? Then say, sir, in our language, we got the name from what is called bow and arrow. Will and ambu. Will. I have seen it in Orissa. Because the bow is a will, we are the bow people, and then that is the reason we are bills. So they connect with the Ramayana, Mahabharata story. We are the Mahabharata stories. We are the Nisadas. Nisada is the person, the tribal group to which the Drona belonged to. Sorry, what you call Yegalai belonged to. And Drona took his thumb in the Nisada hunter. So these people call themselves as a Nisad, call themselves as a Beel, which is from the Villu of the Dravidian family, but they lost their language. Many people who were in the Madhya Pradesh and Bihar and Orissa lost their language. Tribals have retained it, and we are still retaining. Because we are near Kanyakumari, we are fighting it out. Had I found myself in Andhra or Karnataka or Maharashtra, I would have lost my identity. I would not be fighting. But today, even Tamil Nadu, some character whom I don't care, I don't bother, they even would like to call me as a Piramuliyalar. Okay, they would like to do a DNA study of me and say that no, I said hell with you because I have that particular spirit of fighting from the Kanyakumari. So this is what happened in Orissa. That is the reason Oriya is a classical language. That is the reason Oriya Classical World Conference next to Tamil in the entire country, two languages conducted world classical conference such a style is Oriya. You will find a huge wealth of the thing because Oriya is an independent classical language because it pushed to the sea. Many people in the way. There is no trace of Vaisali language. There is no language trace of Maithili language. There is no trace of Bhojpuri language except Bhojpuri movie with a little bit of half-clad females. Bhojpuri movies. The Marwadis are losing their language. So everybody on the way, they will lose their language. Oriya people still trying to retain their language like Tamils. So that explains nobody else would bother, but we would still bother.
Sorry. Yeah, as a Telugu person, probably I can just very quickly try to answer Jay Jagdishan's question on why is Tamils, why other than people, I think he said Telugu Kannada Keralites are not interested in the subject. I think they are definitely, everyone is interested in their own history, but I think there are probably two reasons I can give. One thing is that, of course, the passion Tamils have is really remarkable, and the most important thing is that I think Tamil has retained and preserved the old literature. I believe that even Kannada and Telugu probably had some old literature that was not preserved. There is, you can't say that Nane already wrote Mahabharata, entire Mahabharata in such detailed, complex Telugu. It is very surprising that you would not believe there were probably some Jain texts that were there that would have been built. There is Bhadraju also shows some evidence that those may have happened, but I think there is no literary text that Tamil can rely on the old texts and old grammar books and old evidences that Telugu and Kannadigas don't have it. So even the prosody, the chandas and the meters and the poetry, many of them are very Sanskritized. So I think it becomes lost some of the unique developments or achievements that they could claim for that. The other thing is that whenever Telugus, Kannadigas enter this kind of history thing, this is the important thing, probably somewhat sensitive, that I say they often find themselves playing defense, because I think there is a small vocal section of Tamil people who are working on it say that everything came out of Tamil and you are just, Telugu is nothing but just a corrupted Tamil mixed with Sanskrit. Then you are playing defense. That exactly. You are constantly pushed back against the eraser of your own language identity. That really runs deep, and that I think that's a deep frustration that
you're absolutely right. People get into the argument of mother or sister. I would always feel comfortable whether mother or sister or cousin is a family. So I rather feel comfortable. There are many people get into that argument and put them in defensive. If you really look at it in Kannada and Telugu and all, it starts with the epic, Bamba Ramayanam or something like that. So something independent, it comes from the Whereas if you really look at that Prakrit literature, Marathi side, Satasai, there is a literature which is an epitome of the Deccan literary thing, which is comparable with the Sangam literature. It has been translated in Tamil also. Hala Satasai. There is a Sadavagna king, Hala, who also issued a coin with one side Sanskrit, another side Tamil. Sadavagna coin, and they composed 700 love poems. Which is a little somewhat resembling the Sangam text. Probably somewhere they missed the bus.
Dr. Hart, Professor Hart also compares Sanskrit literature to Tamil literature, and he actually calls it the Deccan culture, which is very interesting. So he says that whatever you find in Tamil was probably prevalent all over Deccan, including Kannada and Telugu area, just that they never wrote it down, or it was lost to history. But the culture is common. That is why even Kalidasa borrows the same idioms. So it is not alien to them. It is their own.